I'm Aaron from PhoneDog.com, and this is part 2 of the BlackBerry Z10 full video review. Can this thing compete in a marketplace that's dominated with Android, iOS, and Windows Phone? We're going to find out. But first, special thanks to our buds at Best Buy Mobile for giving us devices like the Z10 for use in our One Paul Bandit giveaway game, which we give to you for free on the site at instantwin.phonedog.com. When you walk into Best Buy Mobile, you won't deal with rebates or paperwork or waiting 8 to 10 weeks. At Best Buy Mobile, they'll get you the rebate price out the door, so you're walking out and saving some money and not waiting 8 to 10 weeks. It's the Z10 with BlackBerry 10. Can this sucker compete? It's part 2 of a full video review, and it starts right now. It's completely new, completely improved, and overhauled. It's the BlackBerry Z10. Actually, it's BlackBerry Z10, but with BlackBerry 10 as well, both of which I should say are pretty overall. Part 2 of a review, and let's jump right into the BlackBerry app world, or BlackBerry world, I should say, their app collection, their app catalog. You can see here huge differences. We'll go from all, and you can see games, apps, music, and again, back to that kind of touch and go look and feel. So I swipe, it doesn't tell me anything with the exception of the icon down here. I can either swipe right there and press that, or I can physically swipe with my finger. So almost in a way like Windows Phone 8 with the overall look and feel, kind of with those fonts that go off the side, if you will. Very similar in terms of a design standpoint. So we'll go in here to search, for example, and actually we'll go back instead of searching. We're going to go to all, we're going to go to apps, and we're going to go in here and take a look, not just the apps, but the music and all the different things that are available now. Google Talk, for example, you can see what a typical landing page looks like. You've got the Google Talk icon installed, my reviews over here, and then some details as well. I can review it, I can share it, and then I can contact the developer down there. Let's go into USA Today just for example. Actually, let's go to one I haven't downloaded. So I'll say the score. And you can see the details with some screenshots. I've got some detailed stuff here, bullet points, blah, 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 a lot of text. And then it says we are affiliated with thescore.com. Reviews, a bunch of different options there. And then, of course, I can share it because I haven't downloaded it. It didn't give me the option to review it. So pretty useful applications, pretty useful store. But we go to music, for example, and you can see this is something they're really trying hard to work on, a consolidated app store with music, with apps, and more, so you don't have to go to a third party to pick that stuff up. So Burning Lights by Chris Tomlin, for example, album is $11.99. This individual song is $149. I can listen to it. Let's just do this, for example, and wait for Burning Lights. Of course, I can share, go back. And again, not only can I go back there, but I should be able to swipe, yep, and then swipe right back from there. But let's do Burning Lights. Fortunately, I can't swipe forward, it looks like. Let's see here. It does weird things like this from time to time. Still kind of a typical BlackBerry lag, as much as I hate to say it. Let's go to music. And it is not allowing me to do anything. I'm glad you're seeing this, though. Mumford & Sons. Let's go back to apps, and let's go back to music. And it looks like the App Store is completely frozen. So you can see, and this is something I'm really noticing, you can reskin something. You've got BlackBerry 10. It looks totally new and improved. But that said, still a lot of little BlackBerry issues like this. I hate to call them BlackBerry issues. Everything crashes. But if you remember back to like BlackBerry 7, these are very similar issues across the board. Video, nothing. All, nothing. Let's see what we can do here. Let's try restarting it. BlackBerry World. And you can see I'm clicking on it. Taking its sweet time. Love Tester. Actually, let's go back to music. And you can see, again, even though it's got 2 gigabytes of RAM and a dual-core processor, this is what I'm talking about, this kind of lag. This is stuff that in 2013 is unacceptable. This is absolutely unacceptable. If you're going to spend $200 on a smartphone, you want it to work, it should be fast in comparison to the other high-end devices on the market, the Droid DNA, the Galaxy S3, the Galaxy Note 2. Again, still having those issues. So let's try that one more time. Burning Lights is taking its sweet time. 4G LTE I should add on AT&T. Though this is an unlocked device, so keep that in mind. This is not an official AT&T device, so I should add that. Looks like Burning Lights just does not want to play, but you could listen to the preview here, I should say, if it decided to work, and as I swipe up, you can see that every now and again it just doesn't register my gestures. Still some concern there. So that's a particularly useful feature all around. I enjoy the integration with LinkedIn and with Facebook as well. The fact that I can access that stuff from BlackBerry Hub is particularly useful. Let me see if I can find something good for you here. Twitter, for example, I can come in here and see all the different responses that I've got from people. Pretty easy to use all around, and I can do that, and then when I'm done, I can swipe out. So you get all of that in one area, and then when you go to BlackBerry Hub, the main area, and forgive me for pulling it away, I'm doing this because it's my personal BlackBerry Hub, and I can't show half of this stuff on camera because it's confidential. But BlackBerry Hub, PhoneDog, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, calls, and then I can swipe right out and go back to the main screen. So again, a complete overhaul, and on that note, the camera has been overhauled as well and has some pretty unique features you might find enjoyable. This is one of my favorites, best faces, and so I'm going to go in here, and all you have to do is hold the display to take the picture, and it's detecting faces. I can trash those if I want to, or I can move back and see all the different pictures that it took. Or, I'm sorry, the picture, then I can see the before and then the slightly after as well. So let's take a picture of my face. That's a quotable quote. And so I can come through here and see all the different areas. And actually, that was probably a terrible example. You know what? Let's go ahead and close our eyes. Okay, so I can see, you know what? I can go back. See, yeah, my eyes were shut there. My eyes were open there. My eyes look crazy there. And I can pick the best picture based on the faces. So if you've ever been in that family portrait where you're like, you know what, the one person is never smiling, this can be a perfect answer. So you can turn that off and go into the regular camera as well. And of course, video camera capabilities on this device. Burst mode, you can turn on different scenes as well. And I can swipe right. I should be able to swipe right out of that. There we go. And then I can go from there to my gallery and see some of those shots as well. So pinch to zoom, relatively responsive. I mean, overall, the device is fast. I've had no problems with speed on a day-to-day basis. That said, I'm finding issues, just little BlackBerry issues, kind of like from BlackBerry 7, where it's like it'll randomly freeze up or apps will crash, something like that. And that's what I'm finding to be a little bit on the annoying side. So there's a picture from my office, and then when I'm done, I can either get rid of camera or just bring it up here in my applications. Battery is actually a pretty useful battery meter that I've found, because the battery's up here. One of those arbitrary meters that doesn't really show you how much battery you have left. I like this because I can keep it up here in a running application, and it tells me in real time. I've got, you know what, 91% remaining. Also, you'll see this, not a notifications bar per se like Android, but you got quick access to your settings, Bluetooth, alarm, rotation lock, Wi-Fi, and the notifications. And so we'll go into settings and take a look. This is where you really see, hey, this thing is like an old school BlackBerry, as you can see right here. So about, network connections, notifications, accounts, all that different stuff. BlackBerry ID, where you can set it up, storage and access, and more. Location services, BlackBerry Protect, BlackBerry ID, voice control, display, accounts, notifications, all the different settings you need to make your device your own. I can come in here, for example, to, let's say, display, and I can go into the wallpaper, change the font size. Come in here, select a new one if I want to, and here are some of the new ones that come with the device in case you were wondering. Change it to Breaker. And you can see my new wallpaper on the back. But again, you can kind of see that stutter just from time to time as I'm rolling through. Let's open up a new contact here. And again, forgive me while I pull this away. Here's what a contact area looks like, still based on the font, based on the look and feel, very BlackBerry-esque. And I think that's what the company is going for, because again, they're trying to merge the personal side and the work side as well. So they want to keep those consumer BlackBerry users, and then they want to keep the professional BlackBerry users as well, those people that use it on a daily basis for work. They want to keep that enterprise base happy, and so that's why it looks very similar in a lot of ways to BlackBerry 7, at least in this regard. So still, ground-up changes, huge revisions. I'm not comparing this in any way to BlackBerry 7 because it is dramatically different. Another application I'm finding particularly useful is Newsstand, and we'll authenticate. You get a lot of this in BlackBerry 10. Authenticating user, registering, determining. And again, still a very, trying to think, kind of a very systems-oriented operating system, if you will. So still running here. I can go in here and buy Marie Claire if I wanted to, or a travel magazine. Buy that issue and swipe through all the different issues that are available. And I can go through and swipe by art, automotive, entertainment, and go through those. So the newsstand's pretty useful. I like that feature a lot. And then Maps is pretty decent as well. We'll load this up. I was having issues with this earlier in the pre-testing. Go ahead and agree. I don't know why it keeps telling me. Let's see. Maps, my places, and then of course I have my traffic options as well. Let's see where it says I am. It says I'm in the water. Let's see if we can get that to go to Dallas. And let's go ahead and zoom out just to see where we are. Total curiosity. Hey, we're in Africa. This is exciting. Woohoo! We're in Africa. So again, we'll zoom in on Dallas. So we can take a look at what the map looks like, the detailed look. And then, of course, you have my places as well, where I can come in here and add home, add work. And I can go through my contacts and see my contacts' addresses as well. And then I can go back and add traffic. So traffic in Africa, I can't say much about that, but I can show the traffic in Dallas. And we'll jump in right here. And so, again, for 4G LTE, it's acting a little funky and a little bit slow for AT&T in Dallas. But that said, I will say it's an unlocked device. So keep that in mind. I can enter a search term or an address and easily access a different place, but you can see traffic is running right now, and you can see all the different spots. This is a map of red at about 4:30 in the afternoon. If you live in Dallas, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And you can see right up where I'm at, pretty red all the time. 635 LBJ is always bad. The high 5 is always bad. So you can see that traffic, and we'll get even closer so you can take a closer look at those colors. We'll get down here over here to Stemmons, and of course 75 as well, so you can take a look and see what it looks like. But again, very useful, and again, a marked improvement over previous operating systems that BlackBerry has released. So keep in mind, marked improvements all around. That said, it's 2013, and I hate to say it that way, but you know what? A lot of people are like, don't criticize BlackBerry. I want them to succeed, but the problem is when you release a product in 2013 with Android and iOS running the show, with Windows Phone up there in third place, it's going to have to be great to knock people away from iOS, from Android, and to a lesser extent from Windows Phone. This is a great product. This is the greatest thing BlackBerry has ever released. I'm not quite sure that it's going to bring people over from iOS and from Android because I still don't see the value proposition here. I don't see why people would move from Android. Perhaps maybe a feature like Best Faces, or maybe a feature like BlackBerry Hub. If you miss BBM, maybe it's an option to switch back. But all these things are targeting, in my opinion, legacy BlackBerry users, and not just current legacy BlackBerry users, but some people that have switched as well. Will they switch back? I find that a lot of people are pretty happy with Android and iOS, and to a lesser extent Windows Phone, and while I hope that this picks up some market share, it still remains to be seen whether they'll get that traction to get that third place spot away from Windows Phone. Keep it locked on PhoneDog.com for continuing coverage. A lot of exciting dogfights to come with the BlackBerry Z10, so stay tuned for that. Keep it locked on the site. Follow me on Twitter, PhoneDog_Aaron, Facebook, Facebook.com/Hi Aaron Baker. Let me know what you think. And then, of course, at Google+, at gplus.to/PhoneDog. Thanks for watching. Much more coverage to come on the BlackBerry Z10 on PhoneDog.com. We'll see you next time.